Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be discussing this nibble border right here. I think it was yesterday. Honestly, during quarantine, everything blurs together. So I posted a picture of this spot, and there was a lot more of this plant called Mexican petunia, which I will show you guys in a bit. But what I really wanted to highlight was this grass. This is Pennisetum's Cream Falls. I grew it from seed. You can find seed of it from Seedaholics. Super easy to grow, perennial, and it's short, and it won't self-seed like crazy. And just look at it. That's really nice. Nilla Falls and the actual plant down there is really clean. But overall, I really like the look of how the salvias and the grass look together. And I'm thinking of, well, I already had it planned to have this area as a prairie garden kind of thing. Because on the other end, this is a long bed. And I was thinking at the two ends having prairie gardens in miniature. So this one will be more, I guess, shade tolerant because there's a large, there's a large pear tree. And I'm actually going to be planting a tree here that I'm growing from seed. And the tree I'm going to plant is the golden lead ball tree. It's a native tree to the Chihuahua Desert. It's kind of like a mimosa, but with yellow flowers. And it grows more upright versus umbrella shape. It has really ferny leaves, so I'm not too worried about it creating too deep of a shade that everything down here will suffer from it. But let's go over what's in the border right now, and then what I'm about to do. So in the border, the middle section we're talking about ends right here with this Salvia greggii. I don't know if it's a named variety or the species. Down here, this dead mess was an ice plant, Dallasperma corprii. I don't know what happened to it. Probably going to have to get another one. This one was a snapdragon I grew from seed, which was Anthurium brombargii. I'm probably going to sow some more seed this year. I don't know why I did this. Supposedly a perennial, and it survived through the heat of the summer, but it happens. Then we have this guy, which is a Mexican petunia, genus. I'm going to spell the genus to you. Ruellia. Ruellia. Yeah. I'm not too sure of the species. At first I thought it was a miniature of Britannica, which is this huge plant. But this one grows way smaller and the leaf is a different shape. So I thought maybe it's tuberosum. But when I was yanking some up yesterday, I didn't see any tubers. So I have no idea what this is. Really beautiful plant. It has deep purple flowers, but it's a little bit too aggressive. Right here we have Nepeta. Walker Solo. It's a little bit beaten up and probably could do with a cutback. But I think I'm just going to leave it as is because the season's coming to a close anyway, so let it be. And then we have our Pennisetum, some native Salvia ferencii, the milleleaf salvia, named that because it kind of has some grayish powder. This one I'm actually going to yank out and replace with a different salvia because I have a ton of these over at the other mini prairie garden, and I want to move it over there. What I'm going to replace it with is a California native called Salvia apinii, which hopefully I'll be getting soon. And then right here we have a crinum native. I'm not too sure what species or what it is. A friend of mine gave it to me. And then over here we have Merle grass, Murburgia caparensis, and it was being choked up by the Mexican petunia. So pretty soon, hopefully, it will send out pink flowers. And it's adding to that prairie look. And this one's evergreen versus the evergrass, the Pennisetum is deciduous. I'm going to have to cut it back. And then down here, hidden away, is Achillea. I think this is gold plate. I grew it from seed too. And right now it's getting choked up, but next year it'll be tall enough to actually push its way through. Let me see if I could get some of this up. Oh, this is more of the Mexican petunia. And it spreads underground with some, no, it's grass, with rhizomes. That's a bit of a pain. And then right here on this end, we have some creeping skullcap. It's Tricornum chondius prostratum. Little pink flowers, evergreen. Really cute plant. That's my dog. She wants attention. And then we have a Rosa Sharon, Hispicus syrensis. This is a double form. The name's not coming to my mind right now. I don't like the doubles because when they open, they pretty much start to burn up. And then down here, we have a pineapple relative. This is, I still have the label, Puya venezuelata. It's a terrestrial bromeliad, really spiky. Ow. But evergreen, has long flowers. Once it gets more mature and spreads out a bit, those flowers will attract hummingbirds. Over here is the Mexican petunia, the main clump I kept. And now let's talk about what I did with it. Yesterday, this clump extended from where it's at all the way along the border up to the puya, all the way back there. I yanked it all up and tossed it. What I did though was I saved this main clump, which I'm going to cut back because it's going into shock, and I buried it within a pot, as you can see right there. The pot has holes at the bottom, so some of the roots could escape, but those roots, because they're deeper, and this guy sends out shallow rhizomes, so the rhizome is where the plant sends out a root, and that new plants will grow from there. I don't need to worry about it trying to escape the pot. So I wanted to keep it, I just don't want too much of it. So I containerized it, buried the pot. It's mostly hidden. As the years go by and I plant stuff, the soil level will rise and vegetation will completely hide this. So let me show you guys what I'm going to do next. I'm going to cut it back. The reason you do this is because the roots have been disturbed, and now the roots are having to struggle to feed all of this. And as you can see, it can't do that. So what you do is you cut it back, and where I'm cutting it to a node. So you see how there's this bump right here? That's what they call a node. And what should happen is I should see new growth rising up from right there. And I should have done this yesterday when I was doing it, but I wanted to see if it would go into shock or not. And if anyone knows what species this is, please put it in the comments below. It's driving me crazy. I like to have a list of everything that I have in the garden, like a catalog. This side could be like, oh, I know what that is. But when I get like unknowns, or it's stuff that I purchased years ago before I started keeping track, it drives me crazy. Okay, and boom. There we go. And now it's cut back. So just to reiterate, this area is going to be transformed into a little prairie garden. So expect a lot of grasses and a lot of daisy-like plants, salvia, stuff like that. We'll probably do a video series of that transformation. And if you guys watch my What Am I Growing this week, some of the plants that I'm discussing in those videos are actually going to go here. And I will highlight which ones are going here. So yeah, next year is going to be a busy year with this spot. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.